Hello everyone and welcome. We'll be just getting started in just another minute as more participants join us. Let's warm up with a quick chat question before everyone is joining us for each sessions. Which AI tool has become your go-to assistant? Just type one name in the chat, maybe Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, or Perplexity, or simply type none if you're just getting started with AI. Let's see which AI tool is the audience favorite today. That's great. I can see already a lot of people have responses coming in. Some of you are using ChatGPT every day, and some are exploring Gemini and Copilot. And that's great that I don't see any none response, which is absolutely fine. Let's the answer come in, guys, in the chat board. Okay, great. Now that we have few people in with us, let's officially begin. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Aditi, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome each one of you today in today's Prompt Engineering Bootcamp. Before we dive in, I would like to share something exciting that through our partner Restream, we are broadcasting these sessions live across 30 plus platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and many more. So the best part about today's session is that whether you are just starting your AI journey or already using AI every day, the prompting techniques you will learn can be applied across almost all modern AI tools. So before we begin, can everyone quickly type yes in the chat board so if you can hear me clearly and you can see my screen? Perfect. Thank you. So today is the fourth and final Just wait. Yes. So today is the fourth and final day of our 4-day AI learning sprint. If you have already been with us from day one, congratulations. You have completed an incredible learning journey with us. Over the last few days, we have explored how AI is transforming different professionals' domains. We have started with AI for project managers, then we moved to AI governance, and on day 3, we have focused on AI for learning and development. And today we have reached the grand finale, that is the prompt engineering. So today's workshop brings together everything you have learned throughout the sprint and show you the skills that connects it all. And if today happens to be your first session with us, don't worry at all. You're joining at the perfect time because prompt engineering is the foundation that will help you get more value from every AI tool you are using going forward. So with that, let's quickly look at what we have planned for today's session. We'll begin with the fundamentals of prompt engineering. Then we move into the hands-on demonstrations across leading AI tools, explore practical real-world applications, and before we wrap up, I'll also share a few exclusive bonuses we have arranged specifically for today's attendees. So make sure by the end, you will stay with us till the very end. And now let me take a minute to introduce GSDC for those who may be joining us for the very first time. GSDC, the Global Skill Development Council, is a globally recognized vendor-neutral certification body committed to empowering professionals with future-ready skills in the emerging technologies, leadership, AI, and digital transformation. Over the years, we have privilege of certifying more than 250,000 plus professionals, expanding our presence across 80 plus countries, partnering with organizations around the world, and building a portfolio of 100 plus globally recognized certifications across a wide range of professional domains. At GSDC, we offer 100 globally recognized certification spanning some of the fastest growing technologies and business disciplines. From generative AI and agentic AI to project management, Agile, Cybersecurity, and ITSM to L&D, and ISO and Quality Management. Our programs are designed to equip professionals with practical, industry-relevant skills that employers are value. Today, GSDC has a thriving community of professionals from more than 80 countries, supporting by over 50,000 verified learner reviews, a 96% learner recommendation rate, and consistently strong ratings across leading review platforms. These milestones reflect our commitment to delivering high-quality, practical learning experiences that professionals genuinely find valuable and are happy to recommend to others. Now, before we continue, I would also like to briefly address the $9 registration fee that many of you paid to attend today's workshop. Every dollar collected through these workshop registrations is donated to NGOs and educational initiatives that help people with learning opportunity accessible to more people. So while you joined us today to invest in your own professional growth, you also contributed to supporting education for others. And looking at the incredible audience what we have today, it's wonderful to see so many professionals coming together and not only to learn, but also to make a meaningful impact. Now that you know what's ahead, let's meet the person who is going to guide you through today's session. Please join me in welcome Mr. Ayush. Ayush is a globally recognized AI expert who has helped leading multinational companies and Fortune 500 organizations adopt AI to improve productivity and business outcomes. He is a TEDx keynote speaker on AI and has trained thousands of professionals on prompt engineering, generative AI, and the practical AI implementation. So without taking any more of your time, I would like to hand over the sessions to Ayush. Everyone, let's give Ayush a warm welcome in the chat.
So, hello everyone. I'm really excited to guide this session forward in prompt engineering. So, let me begin with sharing my screen first. I hope it is visible. Yes, Aditi, can you
Yes,
confirm?
yes.
Yes. So, welcome everyone, and in the next 90 minutes, you will type more than you listen. This is not a regular webinar, it is a workshop. And here's my promise you will leave with at least 3 prompts that you can use tomorrow before your first coffee or your meeting. But before we start, quick logistics, keep 3 tabs open: ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Free accounts are perfectly fine. If you don't have any of them, just sign up right now during the next 2 slides. It just takes 60 seconds. So let's begin. So, the biggest number that is on the screen right now, $335,000 a year. Companies in 2023 were paying $335 a year for a brand new job title called prompt engineer. Newspapers went crazy. They called it the hottest job in tech. But in 2026, that job title is quietly vanishing from the boards, right? How many of y'all see prompt engineering jobs right now whenever you try to look it up? Can anyone say yes or no? Do you all still see prompt engineering? Any responses? Yeah. So, prompt engineering, apart from being in a specific job title that you are a prompt engineer, prompting has now become a standard of each and every job. It didn't disappear because the job prompt engineering failed, it disappeared because it succeeded. The skill got absorbed into every single role. Just like, let's say, computer operator. How many of you see a computer operator in the job descriptions right now? Or even, let's say, Excel or presentation. It is so common these days that it is, let's taken by default for granted that everyone should know this. So, the real question right now is not will AI take my job? It is will someone who prompts better than me take it? And today we make sure that the answer is no. So, I looked at everyone who registered today, and this room is remarkable. We have IT professionals from Amazon, Deloitte, Cognizant, BPs, CEOs, founders, project managers, and leads from FedEx, Icon, and every major company out there. We have a lot of different professions and organizations, but there is one shared gap, and that's exactly the point of this slide. Prompting is now a horizontal skill. It's like Excel or like email in 2000. Nobody's job description said must know email until suddenly every job just assumed it, right? So that's how common prompting has become. Yeah. So there are four levels of prompting right now. Level 1, the prompt writer. It began in 2022, where there were clever one-liners, magic words like act as a pirate and act as like explain me like I'm 5 years old, where people used it for fun. Then there was the level 2, the context engineer. In 2024, people stopped hunting for magic words and one-liners and started feeding the right data, the documents, and the examples to the AI. Then we went to the level 3, that was the workflow designer, which started in 2025, where you chain the prompts, you connect the tools, you build repeatable systems so that each and every function of yours can be done automatically by AI and you just delegate and look at it. Now you have become in 2026 the AI orchestrator. You just delegate an entire task to AI agents, then all you have to do is review and redirect, like managing a very fast junior employee. So, time for a first poll. Where do you think you are in this current room? There are 100 participants. Make sure you vote. I can see a lot of answers. Come on, guys. I can see a lot of different answers. There is 11% of I barely use them. There's 42% of I use them casually. A lot of participants are still remaining. I guess nearly 40 participants have not voted yet. So please go ahead and vote right now so we can know exactly where your level is and then I can suit your use cases according to your levels. I can see a very little amount of people voted for I prompt deliberately. So a lot of you are just beginners and enthusiasts who are just trying to figure out for themselves, right? Are we getting any further votes? I guess not. So I'll just end the poll and share the results with everyone. So as you can see, approx 9% of y'all said, I barely use AI tools. I have tried a few but didn't get much value. Now, why is that so? Is it because the tool is bad? No, the tool is not bad. 99% of the times, your prompt is the issue, not the AI. Because an AI is just like an intern. Because when coding or computers started coming into the market, people thought that we are better, like let's say Excel sheets. Why would I use an Excel sheet when I can just write it in my notebook and keep it secured in my drawer, right? I can lock my drawer, it is secure, nobody can see it, and it is easy for me to do. But now a lot of people use Excel because things have evolved. It is never a tool issue, it is a you issue, that how well do you adapt to the tools. So didn't get much value is not a statement that defines the value of the AI. It is that the prompting is a little vague, a little generic, so the output was not that much according to your needs. Then I see a majority number of people vote for I use them casually, like quick questions, email, summaries, and nothing structured. That's a lot of people, yes. But a lot of people might think that I have not known any frameworks or I don't use any frameworks. But actually, when you are using this AI casually, you are using one of the frameworks which is called no zero shot prompting, right? So zero shot prompting is when you just give the AI a task and hope for the best. So actually you use one of the techniques that are being used by professionals as well. You just don't know the terminology of it. Then I can see a majority of you have voted for I've picked up tricks, I know some prompting hacks, but results are a hit or a miss. That can happen a lot. No framework is 100% accurate, but we can. Hello, Stephen. So we can use these techniques to get as close as to the answer possible, because AI is still in the evolving phase and it is evolving rapidly. Like 3 years ago, we couldn't do much of the task, but now we can just delegate the task to the AI and we can just review it later. So that's how fast we are going ahead. So we have to keep up with the skills of prompt engineering as well, as it is the most important field technology that we are learning right now, because first of all, there's no requirement for it. Prompt engineering is just English. You just have to know how to speak with an AI like it is your intern. And finally, we have around 10% of people who say I prompt deliberately. So that is the amount, the number that I want to increase here. So I'll stop sharing the prompt, the poll, and we'll move ahead. So wherever you are, here's the good news. After this session, I can promise you, you'll move at least one level ahead. The exercises are designed so that you exactly make that jump. So let's move on to what's dying. First of all, memorizing the magic phrases. Nobody remembers the act as a pirate right now, or let's say explain like I'm five, because they are very simple phrases that we have used and we have moved forward. Then one shot prompting. Giving one example to the AI is no longer enough. We need the AI to be hyper adaptive to our content. So one shot prompting is not going to make the deal anymore. Then we have tool specific tricks. Like people think that, yeah, ChatGPT I have to use this and this prompt, and in Claude I have to use this prompt, in Gemini I have to use this prompt. All the tools are playing on the same level field right now. So learning tool specific tricks is just a waste of time right now. And the final skill that is no longer required is treating AI as a search engine. People don't go to AI like to find out what is the best movie right now. So don't use AI like a search engine now. Now we just delegate the task to AI and we review the task that it is done for us. And if you have bought a 500 best chat GPT prompts PDF from somewhere shady on Instagram or YouTube, that money is just gone. Let it go, because no longer those magic phrases are helping anyone. Then we have what's rising. First of all, context curation. Now that we know how AI works internally, we are looking forward of how to improve the output. So we think of context, because AI, as a lot of people voted, you didn't get the best outputs. Why was that? Because first of all, you missed the context curation, because context is the most important. If the AI doesn't know what it has to do exactly, it will just give you a generic stuff. So let's say I am in 10th standard and I am in 10th grade and I want the AI to explain, let's say, a problem from mathematics, right? So a mathematics problem explained to a 10th grader versus to a college professional or a PhD graduate is very different. So the context is more important. Then we have the structured thinking. We always go to the AI and we ask in a structured manner. We use the frameworks that I'm going to show you today. Then we have the iteration and the evaluation. What is the biggest mistake that people did during the beginning of the AI was they thought that it is one and done, like Google. You search once and you get the best results. That's not how it was. Even from the beginning of time, let's say even Google, when it started, it did not give you the best results. It learned slowly and steadily, and now it is the best search engine, right? So similarly, AI is like that only. You have to iterate and evaluate. It is not a one trick pony. You can't just give it a prompt and hope for the best. You have to iterate and evaluate. And then the biggest one, domain expertise is combined with AI fluency, because you are the one who is driving AI and AI is not driving you. So you have your domain fluent expertise, and then it is combined with the AI fluency, that is the prompting, and finally the judgment to verify if the answer is correct or not. And read the quote with me, that because it's the most important sentence of today. AI doesn't replace your expertise, it multiplies it. And zero expertise times AI is still zero. The paralegal who knows the contracts, the engineer who knows the systems, the CFO who knows the numbers, everything, your knowledge is the multiplier. The AI is just helping you multiply it forward. If you don't know the topic, it still can't help you as much as it should, right? So that should make you feel safer. AI will not take your job. You are still the driver who drives AI, right? So moving on, the backbone of everything we do today. Four letters. Burn it into your brain. RCTF. So first we have the role of who the AI should be. This is the most important because one, it helps the AI understand the vocabulary. Now you might be thinking that why is the role necessary? So AI has been trained on a huge amount of data, right? Nearly half of the internet has went into training AI. So it knows a lot, but it can get confused with a lot of jargon, the vocabulary, the terminologies. So let's say for me, when I am an engineer, so whenever I get an issue like an error, I call it an issue or a ticket, right? But let's say there's a support system and there is an escalation, so they will call it an escalation. The meaning is nearly the same, but the terminology is different, and that is what the role tells the AI. The role tells the AI that use this vocabulary, use this tone, because a CFO will talk in terms of the financial operator, but a risk analyst will talk about the risks and how to mitigate them. So that's how the role changes the AI's answer completely. So let's take another example. As I gave the example of mathematics, explaining mathematics to a 10th grader is very different to explaining mathematics to a, let's say, graduate, right? And then the next important thing is the context. What does it need to know? Because if you just ask the AI to create a report, it doesn't know what your ideal report looks like, right? Because it has to know what is your format, what is more important for you, what is not important for you. Everything that goes into the AI, it is, as I explained, been trained on a huge amount of vague data, so it doesn't know who you are. It is like a new intern. Treat it as a new intern who has just joined the company, and it can do a lot of work very diligently, but it doesn't know how to, like, what is the protocol, what is the SOPs. So you have to mention it clearly into the context. Then comes the task of what exactly do you want. A lot of people, let's say I have a live example. We were taking a report and we had to transfer it from one format to other. So what happened was, he gave the prompt that please take this report and convert it into this format. But what happened was the AI did exactly what it was asked. It took the report and it converted into that format. But other things were to be added or removed from the reports, and that wasn't mentioned. And the guy he asked me, like, I wanted this as well. The AI did not do it for me. And I told him, who's at fault here? You asked the AI to copy this format, the report from this format to this format, and it did exactly that. How could it ever know that you have to remove and add content as well? It can't read your mind, so you have to be specific. So task is important, and this keyword here makes it more important of exactly what you want. Make it sure, be specific, don't be vague. And finally, the format, because what a lot of people miss out on is that the formatting is completely wrong. Let's say you have to write an email. You write an email for so and so person regarding so and you get a huge email of, let's say, 500 words. Nobody is going to read the 500 worded email. You have to mention specifically how you want, because then you get exactly what you want. So let's say I write an email, so I explicitly ask the AI to keep it under 100 words so that whoever is reading it, he can just skim through it and go ahead. And here's why this matters for this diverse room. I cannot teach job specific prompts in 90 minutes, but I can teach this one framework that each of you can just plug your role into. The paralegal fills the RCTF differently than the CTO, and both get 10 times better output. Same skeleton, and it is your muscle. So everyone, if you have understood this prompt framework, please type RCTF in the chat. Everyone, can I get RCTF in the chat? Is everyone sleeping? Yeah, RCTF. Yeah, I can get a lot. I am getting a lot of responses. That's great. A lot of people have understood RCTF. Yeah, hopefully you implement these, right? So Every exercise we do today is RCTF, just wearing a different costume. So be ready for it. So before we delve deep into the exercises, let's look at three quick real world stories matched to who's exactly actually in this room. So first we have consulting and professional services. I know we have Deloitte, BDO, Infosys and Capgemini folks here, so this will be something that you relate to today. The big firms that are working right now, they maintain internal prompt libraries, which are vetted, reusable prompts for proposal drafts, client research, and deliverable QA. The first draft time has dropped from days to hours. And the lesson on this slide is the win isn't a clever prompt that someone has written once and forgotten about it. It's a reusable prompt. Everyone can just plug in their role, plug in their context, plug in their work, and plug in their format, and they can get the same quality output every time. A prompt used once is just a trick. A prompt used by 10,000 people is infrastructure, and that is what we are learning today. We are learning to make reusable prompts, so every time we have to make use of AI to do a certain task, we just go to our prompt library, which is in our head or maybe in a Word file, and it comes back as your action plan, and we use it deliberately. So that is the first step of moving from the level 1 to the level 4, where we are using our prompts deliberately. Then moving to the second story, operations and project management. FedEx and supply chain teams, this one is for you. Project teams now feed raw status updates, risk logs, and meeting notes into AI, and out comes an executive decision brief in minutes. Notice what changed about the PM job. It shifted from compiling information to curating decisions. Now, a lot of time, what I got the complaints from PMs was that I have to sit in the meeting first, I have to listen to the meeting, then I have to take an hour to actually make the minutes of meeting. That is taking a lot of time. But now AI is doing all the grunt work, and what we are doing is the important part. We are curating decisions, we are making decisions. We have a lot of time to actually add value to our field instead of just doing the grunt work of like manually making the minutes of the meeting, creating summaries, mailing summaries, all of that. We are no longer starting from a blank page. We are getting a first draft ready in seconds. And this lesson here is we have to prompt for decisions, not summaries. Summarize this, it gives you a shorter chaos. What are the three decisions my sponsor should make this week? It gives you leverage. You'll practice this exactly in the exercises coming forward, so be ready for that. And finally, we have third story, which is trust but verify, the regulated world. Paralegals, controllers, SOC managers, our Capital One and Schwab friends here. This is your slide. Regulated teams use AI for first pass contract review, policy gap analysis, and security alerts triage. But, and this is everything, human verification is a designed step in the workflow and not an afterthought. Because if the AI gives a wrong response, you are the one who is to blame here. Because the AI can't take any responsibility for your job. It is like you saying that the Excel has malfunctioned. You are the one who coded the formulas into the Excel. You are the one who mailed the person forward. So you can't blame the tool anymore. We have moved way far past the times when AI was actually the one to blame. We could just shrug our shoulders and say that, yeah, the AI must have made mistakes. No, we can't use that reason anymore, because AI has been growing and it has become sharper and sharper now. So much so that you can just delegate your task and review it once, and 90% of the times, if your prompt is very good using the RCTF framework, 90% of the time the work will be just ready to push. So, your prompt must force the AI to show its reasoning and cite the source text so that the AI is responsible and you know why the answer came. So, when the AI has to quote a document, it can't hide the hallucination. It can't say that it made up. When you are asking it to cite the resource, it will go to cite the resource, and if it is not there and it is actually hallucinated the answer, it will say, oh, I can't find this resource, let me look at it from a different angle. And you'll see this exercise, you'll see this work in exercise forward. It is the single most valuable habit for anyone whose signature carries risk. So now the theory is over. We have learned an important framework called RCTF. Now the hands should be on the keyboard. Everyone, you open three tabs right now: ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Free accounts are fine. I'll give you 60 seconds and shout in chat if you are stuck on a login, and also let me know if you are ready with the tools as well. And three ground rules. First, you type along with me in real time. Watching me type, it will teach you nothing. Then second, everyone paste your outputs as well in the chat, and everyone you should compare, because seeing the variation is half the learning. Then three, steal the prompt shamelessly. If you find someone's output is better than yours, steal it. I'll share my prompt and my answer. Everyone else, they can share theirs as well. And we can keep growing as a community, improving our prompts one prompt at a time. So yeah, perplexity is fine as well. As I said, tool is just a barrier, but if you are using ChatGPT, as perplexity is more into the citing and the researching part of things, I'll give you a slide of that as well, where which tool comes in effect when. So you can go ahead and log into ChatGPT right now. If it takes a time, I'll wait for a second as well, so it is no issues. You can use chat, no need for co-work right now. Co-work is for more delving deeper into your system, so chat is fine. So first we have the chat gpt, the RCTF upgrade. So first, if you don't have, I'll just give you a mail chain so that you can use it for yourself as well. So this is the mail chain that I am going to use. You can plug any mail chain that you have. And first of all, let me open the chat GPT as well. Let me this. So I hope everyone can see my chat GPT. So I'm just going to give it a generic prompt of summarize this email chain for me. So I have pasted the email chain and I'm just going to write summarize this email thread. You can paste any email thread that you have and you can see the output. As you can see, it has given me a lot of points and it has given me a lot of actions as well. Can anyone else help me with what their response looks like in the chat right now? You can paste any of your non-important or non-sensitive, insensitive chat that you can share to the chat GPT, and you can ask it to summarize this email like that, like one line, which is called zero shot prompting. I'm not sharing the screen. Can somebody confirm? I can see the screen. Is Aditi here? Yeah,
Yes, we can see
you
the
can.
screen, Ayush.
I guess Bogdan, can you please try to refresh and then try again? So everyone right now who is present in this chat, please go to your chat GPT and you can see Meridian account. I can see Sunny Joe has returned something. Yeah, very similar to mine exactly. Tom Reyes has said this and the format is a little different, but you can see a lot of it is very similar to me. Can anyone else also give their answer? What? Yeah, it matches it. Now let's give it the RCTF upgrade. So I'll just paste the same prompt again, post the same thing, and then I'll give it the RCTF. So now you are my chief of staff. Full stop. I am a, let's say, AI engineer. Now that I am giving it a context, so it will think according to my role. Now it will no longer be generic. If you want the AI's role to be different as well, you can just give it a different role. So this is where I have actually pasted it twice, or no, I'm just writing in the middle of somewhere. Yeah. So now I'll give it the RCTF upgrade, where I'll just say that you are my chief of staff. I cannot paste my work using the chat GPT. So not as I said, don't necessarily paste something sensitive to chat GPT. Paste something like a big email thread that you want to summarize, or you can use my synthetic data as well, right? And you can see we'll get a generic answer from chat GPT. Okay, so I can, that's a good idea, Nathaniel. So I'll just add a new chat and I can just paste it again. Yeah, that is a good point. We can paste in a new chat, but nowadays AI always takes the new instructions first. So it no longer does that part where it remembers the previous context as well. So it is fine if you do it in a news chat or in the same chat as well. Yeah, that was a good point. So now that I have given it the role that I am an AI engineer, you can paste your role as well. Then I will say preparing for a leadership meeting. So this is the context that I am providing it. So from the email thread, extract the decisions made, then the open questions, and who owes what by when. Now I am making a big summarize this email thread that is very vague, very generic. Any output can come. I am narrowing it further and further so it gives me exactly what I want. So I have given it a role, I have given it my role and what I am preparing for. So role and context is covered. I have given the task exactly what it has to do. So it has to extract the decisions made. Oh, what are the open questions and who owes what by when. So this is the exact task that it has to do. No longer it is a generic summarization of the meeting. And finally, I give it the format as 5 bullet executive brief. I can read in 30 seconds. As you can see, now the answer is tailored to what is exactly relevant to me and it is no longer generic. So you can all go ahead and paste your own role. It will be different from mine. So paste your own role and even you can ask the chat GPT to take a different role and you can paste your prompt and chat as well in this chat. So everyone can see what the results look like and they can even copy and paste it for themselves and keep it as a prompt library as well. So everyone, can you please go ahead? Yeah, I can see some answers are flowing in. Team is aligned. Yeah. Yeah. Key dependency, action items and owners. Yeah. I can see that is a very good answer by Annalyn. You can see how it is exactly tailored specifically to whatever they have typed. And my answer is a little different as well. So now it is tailoring exactly according to the role. So proposed new renewal position, exactly some terminology is different here. Decision, Alistair's decision is different. The chief of staff briefing topic by Trevor. As you can see, the difference and Mark's decision, yeah, I can see a lot of George's as well. It gives me two options to choose from. You can choose anyone that's better. That is actually a technique called the reinforced learning human feedback technique, which ChatGPT uses to improve its own answers coming forward. So you can pick anyone that you like, Helen, and it will accordingly tailor your answers the next time you use it. So I can see George's answer as well. What about the rest? There are nearly 120, 130 people and I can see just 10 answers. What are everyone afraid of typing it into the chat GPT or they need some other email thread? I can provide that as well. Yeah. So apart from George, anyone else? Yeah, I can see Aman has also shared something, renewal strategy. Yeah, Nathaniel has shared CFO style. Yeah, action required, key details. So as you can see, as well as Ravi has even he has given some different answers. I'm not able to share my, I have prepared one. Yeah, you can, Ben, you can take the example as well. If you want, I'll just paste it again. So this is the email thread that you can use. I'll just remove this part. You can use this email thread if someone is having an issue. Yeah, Srinath, I can see yours as well. Hi, Brian. So hello. So you can see how the generic summarize this email thread has become something greater. A lot of people have shared their responses in the chat, and you can see that why there is difference between ChatGPT and Claude. I'll come to that, Satyam. I'll come to that later in the presentation. So be ready for that as well. Till now, you can see that we have taken a generic prompt which was summarized this email thread, and we have transferred it into something personal for us. It is no longer vague, and previously if you saw the chat answers, they were very similar to mine. Nearly 99% were similar to mine. But what happened now? When everyone plugged in the RCTF format, when they plugged in their roles, the context was different, the answer was different. For me, the terminology is different. For someone in the chat, the terminology is different. Yeah, can you all see the difference? If you can see the difference, maybe give me a thumbs up or just type diff in chat. Can I get some responses? Can you see how, yeah, the different models, yeah, the if you are answering Satya, yeah, so I can see a lot of diffs. Yeah, you can see when you plug it, the framework, the answer is specified to your role. It is no longer vague, and you can use that anywhere. You can take it and directly plug it, and it is a much faster and a better first draft that you can use anywhere. So now let me go ahead with Gemini as well. So we are moving on to the next exercise, which is on Gemini. So everyone, please open your Gemini and be ready with it. I'll give you a minute for that. So I have shared my Gemini as well, and then I'll share a photo with you as well, so that you don't need to give any sensitive data. So this is the photo that I'll be using. So as Satya asked, what is different where? Gemini is multimodal. It can take in a lot of uh, different formats of things in your prompt. So Gemini can even take videos, it can take images, it can take a lot of text as well. It has a huge context window, and it is matched with the Gemini's backend, the Google's backend. So it knows a lot from the YouTube's infrastructure as well, and the search engine's infrastructure. So this is the image, and we are beginning the exercise 2. I hope you are ready, because we are going to use its superpower. It is images. So you can take any phone photo or a screenshot of any chart, or you can use the one that I have provided, and I'll say analyze this image. First, describe what you see, then give me 3 insights, 2 risks or anomalies, and 1 recommended action for a, let's say, CFO for here. I'll take a CFO. Then flag anything you're uncertain about. I can see one more answer from someone. Let me just scroll it. Yeah, as chief data. Yeah, people have already started pasting. Can you explain how this output is generating an underlying program logic? This will help when we don't, I'm working on anything, have difficult to create these prompts for any agents. Gemini asks me to connect. That is another good question, because it has the connectors now, because now AI can connect to different tools as well using the MCPs, which was brought by Claude. So it has asked you, you can just decline and you can give whatever is required. So now I'll just read Satya's answer again, explain how the output is generating an underlying program logic. So as you know, the AI has been trained on a vast amount of data, right? So when we are narrowing things down, the program logic is very different. I can't train you on the program logic in under 90 minutes. For that, we have special things which will be explained by Aditi later. But if I have to tell you in short, the LLM works by processing what should come next. It is, let's say, your autocorrect. Whenever you type a message, it predicts the next word, right? So an LLM, a chat GPT or a Gemini, any LLM is, let's say, an autocorrect but on steroids. It takes the context, it takes whatever it has learned. It is simply replicating a human brain. So it has learned a lot of pattern and it is using those patterns to predict the next word. This will help when we don't have these tools. I'm working and create these prompts for my AI agents. Every time when you create an AI agent, use the RCTF, be explicit. There are a lot of different frameworks, but I can't delve into a, let's say, 10 to 15 frameworks right here in this 90-minute call. So that's why I have given you the bare minimum or the basics, which is the RCTF, which is a skeleton that can be used everywhere. So if you are making any AI agents, try to use these RCTF framework so that your answer is well tailored to your needs. Yes, I declare as you in the chat window, but the result, yeah. So as you can see, again, as we have mentioned, whatever we need explicitly. I hope you can see my Gemini. So first of all, I gave it a role as well. So I gave it a role of a CFO. Then I gave it the exact task, right? So I gave it the task of describing what it has seen, then give the insights and the risks and the anomalies and the actions. So I am no longer just saying, like, I can just open, I can duplicate this, let's say, and I'll create a new chat. And if I just give it analyze this, people, till then you can go ahead and paste your answers as well. I can see only two answers. Everyone, please go ahead and try it out yourself. Take the image, take any chart that you want. If you don't want to do something regarding this, you can take something generic. Let's say I have a keyboard next to me. I can click a picture of my keyboard as well, and ask it to analyze. Now, as you can see here, when I have given it a generic prompt, it has given me a generic answer. It is just given me key insight and trends. It has created a table with the approximate values, and I don't know what actions I have to take. I don't know what is the thing uh, that I need to look out, what are the risks that I have to look out for. So as you can see, when you are using the RCTF, you are narrowing down a lot of context, right? So it knows what it has to do exactly, and it is well tailored for your use case. It is not just simply any use case that is like any vague answer. Less, as I explained here, it was very vague. It has shown me exactly what it has seen, and I don't get any insight or a specific insight, I must say. There is no specific insight here. It goes ahead and says what is the most safe here. It goes for the safest option. It gives a generic and vague answer because AI is a tool. It is made so that you are happy with its answer. So it just gives a vague answer so that 90% of people are happy. But we are not that 90%. We are using it to tailor to our use cases, and we are the 10% who are driving the AI. The AI is not driving us. So that's why we are narrowing down the use cases and what we need exactly. And now I can just pick this up and I can put it in my presentation and I can share it, and 90%, 9 times out of 10, I can get away with it because the first draft is so well drafted that even in one shot prompting, like I just gave it one prompt and I am 90% there. I don't need to iterate, I don't need to improve, I don't need to do anything else. This is what the people wanted the AI to be. They wanted the AI to be a one trick pony where you just give one prompt and get the nice answer. But you can't have that, because if you are not giving it a clear prompt, then it will not give you a clear answer, and you will be the one who will blame the AI. Similar to the ones who are the level 1 people who are saying that they did not get the output that they desired. That was not a tool issue, that was a prompt issue, right? So if you notice, two things. First, the describe what you see forces the AI to ground itself before analyzing. There is no hallucination. When you force it to describe what you see, it will not go here and there and start making generic assumptions. It will keep it grounded to the image and then flag anything you are uncertain about. If you go to the prompt, I have explicitly mentioned flag anything you are uncertain about. It invites honesty because confident nonsense, if you look over it and you will be like, yeah, the image and the answer looks fine, it will be a confident, it will be fluent because AI is made to be fluent, not correct. It is predicting, as I was answering Satya or Satyam's question, the AI is just predicting the next token. So it is made so that the answer looks fluent and correct. The correctness is a standard that you have to measure. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of different answers, a lot of different analysis. Someone has put up different roles as well, the different prompts as well. So if you can see the difference again between a generic prompt and an RCTF prompt, can I get a G in the chat this time because we have used Gemini this time. So can you all type G in the chat right now? Yeah, G, yeah, that's great. Everyone can see the difference, yeah? So now moving on to Claude. So I'll just delete these tabs because this is taking a lot of my screen. So to answer Satyam's question, why are all these tools different? Because ChatGPT is more of a generic helper. It has a lot of data. It is trained on a huge amount of data and there is a lot of conversation that can happen. Gemini is multimodal. It can use a vast variety of data. It can use images, videos, text, audio, anything you put it, it can process that as well. ChatGPT can't process audio as of now. If you have an audio, or let's say a meeting recording audio, or let's say a voice note, you give it to ChatGPT and there is a high probability that it won't be able to answer you. But Gemini, is there a tool to measure the success for the response generated by to measure the accuracy? So what happens here is you are the tool who measures the success, because let's say for me an answer that is well written and I can stick it into a presentation, is a good answer for me, because yeah, human in the loop. So a good, that is a good answer for me, because whenever I see, let's say 90% or 80% of the job is done by the AI, I feel like yes, the AI has done its job, the rest of the 20% is on me. So the 80% is actually the 100% metric. So the metrics is decided by you. You are the one driving the AI and not the way around, as I explained. So you are the one who decides the accuracy, the success, because the tool will be again generic. So let's say for a 10th grader, if I ask it to explain, let's say calculus to a 10th grader, the calculus will make him crazy, right? But for a PhD or a graduate, it will be easier for him to comprehend what the AI is saying. So if I give the same prompt, let's say explain this calculus problem, and it explains the calculus problem in detail, a graduate will be able to understand it and that will be a success, right? The graduate will say, yeah, I can understand this problem now, and the AI answer is successful. But let's say a 10th grader has asked the same question, and it has given the same detailed jargon that the 10th grader can't understand. Then the answer is not successful, right? Then that time it will be a thumbs down, right? So we can't have a specific tool cater to so many different possibilities, because as I explained, why are we using the RCTF prompt today? Because I can't sit here and in 90 minutes I can't tailor. Is there a recommendation? I'll come to that, Abhay, in the slides as well. Please hold on to that. This question, I'll come back to it. So first, let me finish with the exercises and then we'll delve more deeper into the tools. So at that time, please ask me these questions again. So exercise 3, which is over to Claude, it shines on long documents. So you can go ahead, grab some 2+ pages documents, let's say a contract or a policy or a report, or even you can go to LinkedIn right now and get a job description. And then I'll give it a prompt. So let's say I'll give you whatever is required as well. I hope this does not cross the limits. Yeah, it has crossed the limits of the chat that I can do in Zoom. So I'll just remove certain points. So I'll just remove still big. So let's hope. Yeah. Oh, I just curated that to just one section. So you can just go ahead and take any job description that is big, and let's say I'll also paste this in this chat. I'll paste this huge document. As you can see, this document was meant to be this long. So you can take any document, or you can go over to LinkedIn and you can take any job description, and then let's give it a prompt together. So till can just type OK if you have a prompt ready, like a document ready or a job description ready. So I'll wait for that. Yeah, Alistair is ready. What about everyone else? Are they ready? Only one guy? Come on, guys. Let's open the LinkedIn fast and get the job description pasted so we can move forward. Yeah, Sumedha is also ready. Trevor is ready. Aminath is ready. Let's go. So now I will use something a little different in this chat, because as I explained, each tool is made for a certain task which I'm going to explain, but Claude works very well with delimiters, right? So I'm going to have some delimiters as well, which I'll show you in this prompt. So first I'll go to my Claude and you can type along with me if you all are ready. So first I'll give it a role. Yeah. Then I'll say you are a senior, let's say domain analyst, because I wanted generic. Yeah, and then I'll do an end rule. Then I'll give it the task. And I'll say review the document above and produce. So I'll just format it properly. So first we have a table of the 5 biggest risk gaps with severity ratings, then 2 exact quotes from the document supporting each, and then three questions I should ask before signing off. And then I end the task. And finally, I have the rules. Quote only from the document, say not found if the information is missing, and we end the road, right? So I'll give this prompt first. So now if you look at the prompt, it uses angle brackets for role, task, and rules. It might look technical for you, but it isn't. The tags are just labeled boxes that stop your instructions from bleeding into each other, right? Because Claude, it works very well with these delimiters, these tags. If there is a document, I can also explicitly mention. Can you please share the prompt as well? Yeah, I'll share the prompt as well with you. Please make sure that you change things according to your document that you have taken. Yeah, I'm pasting this prompt as well. Yeah, so Claude works very well with this delimiters, the tags, because let's say you have pasted a document which has certain things, certain deliverables. At that time, the AI might get confused of what exactly should I be doing. Should I be making a summary of this, a summary table of this, or should I be actually doing the task that is mentioned in the document? So let's say if in this document above, there was something mentioned the last if I guess, oh, I just mistyped that was my bad. Thanks Tapas for mentioning it. Yeah, sorry, I just missed that. Thank you everyone for pointing that out. But yeah, as it was done in such a flow, the AI was able to recognize that I have already closed the role before, so I can't just close a role again. So at that time, the AI must have understood it. So that was a good observation on your part. I'm very happy that you are actually paying attention. Yes, is this an MD document? Yeah, it can. The Claude answer is an MD document. Yeah, Bogdan, if you are asking that. So as you can see, what I asked was a table of 5 biggest risks, and then there was exact quotes from the document that supports each, and then the 3 questions. So you can see I have 5 risks or gaps and the document backing of from where it has been brought, and then we have the 3 questions. So it has done exactly what I asked it for. There is no generic thing. So let's say if I take the same prompt and I duplicate this again, and I create a new chat, and I just paste it. I just paste this thing and I say, give me risk. Yeah, Mark, that is, we have a first screenshot of an answer. Yeah, that's great. What was the role that you gave? Mark, can you type the role as well? So as you can see, when I give it a generic prompt of give me the risk or gaps, it has given me header by header, and this is very inconvenient for me because I have to read it line by line to actually understand it. In Mark's response and in this previous response that I can see, I can just glance at it once and I know what are the risks, what are the gaps. I don't need to fumble my way through a huge document or a huge paragraph. I can just skim through it once, and it has even given me the questions that I have to ask before signing it off. So I am ready for whatever comes next. I am ready to ask the questions. I am ready for whatever there is next, right? So this is why you should mention everything explicitly. If you might say that Ayush, this does not look like the RCTF that you have been explaining to me. So, but actually, if you look at it carefully with a bigger lens, you can see I have given it a role, I have given it a task. So RT is done. I have given it the context, which is the document, and the rules is the format. And the format, first of all, is mentioned in the task, and the rules is also where I can implement more of the formatting part. Let's say this should not exceed these words, this should not go out of bounds or something like that. So yes, I have gotten another answer from Trevor as well. That's a good answer. What about the rest? Are you all facing any issues? If you're facing any issues, please feel free to ask them in the chat. Yeah, Alistair as well. That is a good table. Yeah, as you can see, each answer is again different from one another. We are no longer fighting for the same generic answer. Everyone has a different answer based on their role, based on the context that they have shared. So that is the most important part that you have learned today, that role matters whenever you are pushing it. The RCTF takes your prompt from a vague generic output and it polishes it into something that is great. So is anyone else ready with an answer, or should I move ahead? So if you have understood what Claude is doing, what are the role of the delimiter tags that I have used, how the output is different, how the Claude is specializing in long documents, can I have a C in the chat because we have used Claude here? Yeah, Trevor, that's great. Yeah. So everyone can y'all also give me your job role so I can accordingly analyze what task that I have to give you this time. So everyone in the chat, can you please type your role as well in the chat? That's great. A lot of C's. So we have a TPM, Sunny. Yeah, that's great. Product manager, consultant, business community, product manager. Okay. SCM, ATM, ID, AI enabled PM, bioinfo, delivery lead, software developer. That's great. That's great. We have a diverse set of people here. So I'm going to give you diverse exercises for each as well. So studying abroad, that is also good. Product project consultant, PMO, that's great. So now we are going to personalize. Now we'll do 3 exercises, but it will not be done each for every person. You only do one, the one built for your role. Track A is for IT and engineers guy. So I'm going to give you a bug report. Just let me paste it. Yeah. Oh, I can still see a lot of answers coming in. That's great, Mark. That's great. So first of all, we have a problem statement for people working in IT and engineering. So this is the bug report. Yeah. And you have to like create a bug report. So I'll just share my slide again. So this is the bug report that I've pasted. So we have gone through this from the picture, and now you can take a screenshot of this prompt here and you can use it on your own problem or your own bug or your own incident, and you can share the answer. If you want, I can maybe copy and paste it as well. Like, let me see if I can do that. Senior web, that's great. That's great. So let me just take it. So this is the prompt for all the IT guys. You can tweak it according to your role or your own use cases, and then we'll move ahead with a lot of majority for leaders and for PMs. So for leaders and for PMs, grab your messiest input that you can find. Let it be a meeting transcript, a Slack thread, a risk log, and let the prompt extract 3 decisions that you must make this week: a red, amber, green risk radar, and a 4 sentence board update. The messy the input, the better the activity for this. So I'll just give you a demo as well. So this is the demo Slack thread that I'm going to share with you all. And if you want a prompt to start something, so this is the prompt for you. So a majority of people I saw were PMs and TPMs. So please look at this. And for guys who are in HR or legal, you can paste a job description or a policy or a checklist or alert, and you can prompt to find gaps with severity ratings, suggest specific language to close each one, and force direct quotes. So I'll give the document as well if you don't have it. A little over, yeah. And I'll also share the prompt. So now it's your time to shine. It's your time to use these things according to your own inputs and share in the chat so that I can see that you have actually learned something. You have picked up something that you will use coming forward. And I can say it with a guarantee that I have been successful to teach you the RCTF format. Yeah. So first we have in the chat Trevor for IT role root cause. Yeah, that's great. What about everyone else? You don't need to do all three at once. You just do the ones that is tailored to your role so that we can move ahead quickly as well. Yeah, I can see Pri has also given the PM ones. Yeah, the color coded risk analysis. Yeah, that's great. Post-mortem summary. Yeah, that is great again. As you can see, the outputs are very different right now. If you gave the AI a generic prompt at that time, it would have just made a mess and you would not have gotten such a detailed, specific answer tailored to your needs. So this is the most important learning that we are having today, where your prompt, when the level 1, whoever was voted for the level 1, what they said was the output was vague or generic and they did not find it up to the mark to their standards. So that was not an issue with the tool, that was the issue with the prompt. So if you give it a clear prompt, a better prompt which is tailored to your needs, the output is much more specified according to your needs, and that's what we wanted to learn. So we have responses from Alistair, we have responses from Pri, we have responses from Trevor as well. What about the rest? Everyone, please try to get hands on because you never learn prompt engineering just by listening. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to type. You have to work. So, the more you work, the more you try and find errors. That is how you are going to improve in the long run. So let's have a minute more, or let's have a minute or more. I am unable to paste. uh, what are you like, are you unable to paste in the chat or you are unable to paste the policy that you have? If you don't have a policy, you can try the HR way, or you can just go into the job description of any LinkedIn in chat. Okay, if it is a big answer, then that might have been an issue. No worries, you can just send the first paragraph, Ratnesh, that will be more than enough. Draft 4 sentence brief, George, that's great. Yeah, Ravi, that is also great. The gap analysis, postmodern program, yeah. I mean, Sunny, yeah, that might be because the answer is too long. You can just paste a paragraph or two. That will be fine as well. Ravi, yeah, a fourth honorable mention if you want it, as you can see. So now one good question here is why Ravi did got us different answer here. Because AI, it learns from your behavior as well. It is trying to personalize to yourself. So Ravi might have the habit of always asking the AI for a step extra. So that's why the AI has given it an honorable mention as well. So that's how it works. Claude can help you. Yeah. So actually, Bogdan, that is a prompt framework called meta prompting. You might not know the word behind that, but it is a actual prompting technique used by professionals and experts like me called meta prompting, where we give Claude our requirements and ask the AI to write the prompt itself, because no one can write better prompts than the AI itself. So we give it a role of, you are a great prompt engineer with this and this background. Please help me write the prompt for this and this. So that is called meta prompting. So that is a good point brought up by Bogdan here. Yeah, the RCA is mentioned and Sunny Joe has also pasted. Yeah, I like how Claude asked me if I wanted to create a slider. Yeah, so Claude, if you have custom instructions, like if I open my Claude, I have given it custom instructions to not directly jump into the problem. You have to first clarify the problem. When you clarify the problem, that time you get better answers. So that is a good point, George. You can even train ChatGPT or even Gemini with that as well. You can just add a sentence, please ask me questions before you jump into the answer. So you get exactly what you needed and nothing is left up to assumptions. Is it at loop engineering? Yes. Every time we give answers back and forth to AI, it is loop engineering. Agrees. AI knows that I have a finance background and knows it. So yeah, that is exactly true, Ben. AI has been trained now to personally loop engineering and meta. So meta prompting is when you give the AI a requirement and you just ask for a prompt. Now, where is meta prompting used? So when you are trying to create an image with Gemini Nano Banana or ChatGPT image model, at that time you need to have a lot of specifics. So fast and clean. Yeah, George, that's great. So when you have to create an image, you must specify the background, the color framing, everything. That is way too detailed for you to think. So you just give a basic prompt to Gemini or Claude and you ask it to create a detailed prompt for you back. And that's it. You ask for a prompt and you leave it that place. So there is no loop. Loop is when you are iterating, you're trying to improve the answer again and again. You're trying to push it forward one step at a time so that the answer is, let's say, from 80% or 90% generic to 100% tailored to your use case, like a 50% maybe. We are trying to increase the number of specificity from, let's say, a vague answer to a tailored answer. That is where we use loop engineering, where we go back and forth. Meta prompting is just one prompt that we give, one prompt that we get back with a lot of detail. Let's say I want to create this backdrop, so I have to mention what colors I want to use. I can't just say blue because the AI will have a limit of blue. As you can see, there is blue on my lenses as well, and there is this blue on the numbers as well. So a lot of blues is there. So you have to mention specifically with hex codes. You might not know the hex codes, so that's why meta prompting is useful. Yeah, got it. Supply chain management. Yeah. So I can see a lot of answers. So we have done a great deal of knowledge with this exercise. So can I get an E in the chat if you have kept up and if you have actually learned the RCTF and now you are ready to use it in your own use cases as well? Yeah. Yeah, I can see a lot of E's in the chat. That's great. That's great. A lot of E's. Yeah. I'm actually really glad that you have actually understood. So let's move to the same skill and three action slide. So first, step back and look at what just happened. One framework, RCTF, it worked across three completely different tools. So that was the question, I guess, with Satyam, who had asked me what is the difference between the tools. But the meta lesson here is that the tools have accents. ChatGPT is your fast generalist. It is best for drafting and ideation. It is a general English talker, it is not specialized. Then we have the Gemini. It is multimodal and it lives in Google ecosystem. It is best for images, docs, and search grounded answer. And then Claude is your long document specialist. It is nuance, structure, and complex analysis. It can do all this on a whim. Let's say if you have task A, that is to create a presentation. If you give the task of presentation to ChatGPT, it will give you a generic presentation. It can write a simple code and it can give you a presentation. But Claude, on the other hand, it knows the skill of generating the presentations. So it will generate beautiful presentations. Then I said Gemini, it is multimodal. It can listen to audio as well. ChatGPT is, yeah, that is true, Ben. ChatGPT is even for operational and technical. That is true. But as I explained, all these companies are trying to compete with each other. They are trying to compete, but what they have is a specific budget. They can't be a they can't be a jack of all trades and master of none. They have to be a master of something so they can actually sell something to the client, right? So why, if ChatGPT is doing such a good work, why will someone use Gemini or Claude? They all do generic tasks very well, but if you want something tailored to a very specific role, then you have to tailor the tool to your task. So it's like you have to stop asking, yeah, is useful for lean six sigma. Yeah, that's great, that's true. So you have to stop asking which AI is the best. That is like asking which kitchen knife works the best. You have to pick the tool for the job. The prompting skill transfers between these three AI tools. The accent is just the seasoning. So as I was explaining, the Gemini, it can hear the audio as well. If you paste a video, it can hear the audio, it can create a transcript. How it can create the transcript? Because it has millions of YouTube videos and it has already learned how to create auto transcript. So it transfers those skills from YouTube into Gemini, and if you give it a video or an audio, it will listen to it, it will create the transcript, and it will give you the answer. ChatGPT and Claude, they are not that proficient in that as of yet because they don't have the back end of YouTube supporting them. Then Claude, on the other hand, it has the co-work function where it can take control of your computer. And let's say me, I am a very organized person, but I am lazy as well. So sometimes I have, let's say, 1,000 files sitting on my download folder and I don't know how to organize them. So what I did one day, I just booted up my Cloud Cowork. I asked it to please organize my data, this downloads folder, in so and so format, and within 10 minutes I had my downloads folder sorted. It was so beautiful to look at, everything was organized. So every AI is good, but it can be better because it has a mastery somewhere. So as I was explaining, ChatGPT is good for links. Yeah, that is true, Bogdan. Gemini accepts links to videos as well. It can see YouTube videos as well because it's its own data, right? It can even find relevant videos. If you ask it, it can find relevant videos. It has Google search engine on its backend. So searching is very well. Someone was asking Perplexity. XP preparing this will make even a retired person with years of technique can do. Yeah, that is true. That is true, Ben. And someone was asking Perplexity. Perplexity is the master of citation. It can web crawl hundreds of websites at once, and it will give you citations of from where it brought what resource. ChatGPT, it does not do that. Like Gemini has started to do that. If you give a big document, what of Copilot? So Copilot, like if you're talking about Microsoft M365 Copilot, it sits in your ecosystem. It sits in your Word file, it sits in your presentation, it sits in your Excel sheets. So it knows your data very well. ChatGPT, you have to copy paste your data back and forth, and then there is the concern of privacy. Is my data safe? Will someone else use it? So on and so forth. So that is the power of Copilot. It sits in your data and your data is secure. It is not leaving the infrastructure, right? So that is the use of Copilot. So the lesson here is you have to stop asking which AI tool is the best. The tools are used for specific purposes. If you know the purpose, use that specific tools. Stop asking for what tool is the best. What you have to use is your prompting skill. It transfers from AI to AI. If once you learn prompting, you can easily go ahead and use it on any tool and you'll get the perfect answer. Yes, Ben, Perplexity is good for research papers. Yes, that is true. So let's move on to prompt to poly. This is actually a bonus. This is a fun that you have earned as you have worked very well during these exercises. This is a fun game that we have come up with. It is called prompt to poly. Have you all played Monopoly? Can you all type can you all type M in the chat, M, for if you have played Monopoly? Yeah, we can see a lot of people have played Monopoly. So instead of buying properties, you'll be writing prompts, and the best prompts will give you the best scores. This is where you'll actually polish your prompting skills and you'll get real-time feedback on the prompts that you have done. But this will be at the end after Aditi has given you some details about the best sponsorship ideas. Then we'll come back to this game. And why do we do this? The skills you practice under pressure, because this game will be timed. Yeah, you will have a certain amount of time to write the prompts. The skills you practice under pressures always stick. Skills you watch in a slide, they don't. So you'll just write the prompts and you'll adopt under the clock. So you'll learn a lot under pressure. So we'll come to this later after Aditi has finished. And then coming to the 7-day action plan. Here's something you have to keep alive after we hang up. So, day one tomorrow, rewrite your single most used prompt with RCTF. Let it be summarize this, create a report, write an email, whatever you are writing in a generic prompt, try to convert it into an RCTF format. Then, day 2 and 3, start your personal prompt library. Even 5 prompts is enough, and you already have the 6 that I have pasted in this chat today. So even 5 to 6 you do make a big impact, because prompt libraries start to snowball very quick. You start with one. Let's say you are writing rule. Whenever you write a generic prompt to ChatGPT, you must have noticed that it gives you back square brackets where it asks you to fill those yourself whenever you are sending it. Let's say you are writing a mail, so it says dear and then in square brackets it says name. So similar to that, in your prompt you have to make square brackets, and wherever role is applied you just say role. Wherever format is needed you just make square bracket and then you say format, and so on and so forth. This is how you will start your prompt library, and it will keep snowballing into something great that you can share with your colleagues as well. Then day 4 and 5, run one real work task through two different tools and compare. Feel the accents yourself. Let's say you are generating a presentation. Go ahead, give the prompt to ChatGPT, give the prompt to Gemini, and give the prompt to Claude. I guess someone in the chat have shared their PPT as well. So for me, what I have noticed and observed is ChatGPT gives you the outline the best. It provides the best outline, but when it comes to formatting the presentation, it looks absolute garbage. There is no formatting, everything is generic. There is the heading is a little bigger font, the text is a little smaller font. There is no formatting, there is no line spacing, nothing. But Claude, it formats as well, it color codes the presentation as well. If you ask it to make it formal, it will keep the backdrop formal as well, so you will feel the accents yourself. And then day 6 and 7, teach one colleague one prompt, because teaching is how the skill locks in. When I began, I had a good knowledge, but when I started teaching, as you can see today itself, I learned a lot from you guys as well. You gave good insights to me which I can keep in my head, and I can even practice it, and I can even share those insights during my next class as well. So always go ahead and teach something to your colleague as well. And the bottom line is skills compound, sessions don't. If today stays a nice memory, I have failed. If one prompt shows up in your Monday morning, that time I can say that I have won. You have actually used it next week. The skills that you have learned, you have used it next week. That's when I can say I have actually won. And finally, you are the prompt engineer now. Remember the $335,000 job that disappeared? Here's the truth: the prompt engineering isn't a job title anymore. It's you with a new superpower. It's a paralegal who reviews the contract in a tenth of a time. It's the PM who walks into every meeting with a decision brief. It is the engineer whose postmortems the CEO actually reads. You are the prompt engineer now. It is no longer a job role, it is for you. Even the PM who is supercharged with prompting is now someone who is safe in this market. And then the key takeaways from the slide. Always remember, RCTF is your universal framework. There are a lot of frameworks we could have covered. There is the race framework, the role action context example. There is the create framework, the clear framework. There are 100 different frameworks that you can use, but RCTF is the backbone of it all. It is the universal framework. Then second, reusable beats clever. Every time you write a prompt, make it a habit to store it somewhere so you can use it again sometime else, because one day you might get an excellent answer, but then the next time you need it, you are struggling, you are trying to think, what did I write that time that I got such a better answer? So always keep a prompt library. Reusable will always beat a clever one of prompt. 3. Domain expertise times AI fluency is your edge. Zero expertise times AI is still zero. You can't expect AI to drive you forward. You have to know at least something. Even if you know 10% of a job role, you can multiply it into 5 times and make it 50%. But if you have 0% expertise, you can't differentiate from right and wrong, right? So that is the difference that you have to make. You have to have some expertise and then use AI fluency to multiply it. And then fourth, the most important, start tomorrow. One rewritten prompt, one colleague taught. So this will compound your skills further. And then I'll have one more poll for you, which is on your screen right now, that you have just watched a vague prompt turn into a professional grade output step by step. How do you want to build that skill yourself? So I can see a lot of answers coming in. Come on, guys, there are 120 participants. The answers should flow in very quickly. Yeah, a lot of people are voting. I can see the best thing that I can see from this poll as of yet is no one has voted collect tips as I go. Thank the Lord for this. Save prompts from LinkedIn. Oh, as soon as I said, someone tried for that. So as you are keeping the prompts from LinkedIn and all the resources like Twitter, they'll expire. And secondly, they are generic. They are not tailored to your use case, right? So that's where you throw them into the trash after, let's say, 5 to 10 days, because they are no longer useful. They are very generic. Trial and error, keep experimenting. I can see a lot of votes there as well. Come on, guys, keep voting. I can see 50 participants have voted right now out of 120. So go ahead, keep voting, guys. Let's see what the results are. I'll give it a minute more so people can actually vote more. I guess we have stabilized a little. No, we are still getting some votes in, so I'll just wait for some more time. Yeah, I guess 60. Oh, votes are still rolling in. Half of the participants have voted. Those who have voted, can they also give a thumbs up in the chat so I can know who all have voted right now? Maybe a thumbs up or a V in the chat so that I can know that you have voted. Yeah, Trevor has voted, Alan has voted, Ratnesh, Sudipta, Helen, Ferry, Kodrago, SJ, Richie. Yeah, I can see a lot of people. I guess the poll has stabilized. So I'll end the poll right now and I'll share the results with you. So a lot of people, around 20%, are still wanting to keep going on with trial and error. So that works, but it takes a lot of time. And here is something that interests me, that you want to learn it hands-on with experts like today. Structured practice with live feedback on your actual prompts. Yeah, so for for exactly this category, we have something special that Aditi will explain. So Aditi, are you in this call? Over
Yes,
to you.
Ayush.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ayush. That was absolutely fantastic session. And I'm sure everyone found tremendous value in today's workshop. If you learned something new today, type learn in the chat. We'll see that coming. And of course, let's give Ayush a huge round of applause for such an engaging and insightful session. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. All right. Now, before we move ahead, I just want to leave you with one of the thought. Today's workshop was never designed to make your prompt engineering expert in just 2 hours. Instead, our goal was to give you the right foundation to show you what's possible when you know how to communicate effectively with AI. Think of today's as an opening the first door. What you choose to do is next is that what determines how far you will go. And as Ayush mentioned just a few moments ago, we have 2 exclusive bonuses waiting for everyone who joined us today. Let me quickly walk you through them, both of them. The first bonus is Promptopoly, a live interactive prompt engineering game. It's a fun way to put today's learning into practice, challenge yourself, and see how different prompting approaches lead to different AI outputs. We'll be playing this together right at the end of today's session, so make sure you stay with us. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's interactive, competitive, and probably the most enjoyable ways to reinforce everything you have learned today. The second bonus, of course, is something that can help you continue building on everything what you have learned today. As a special thank you for attending today's workshop, GSDC is offering all participation an exclusive 75% scholarship on our certification in prompt engineering. It's a complete learning journey designed to help you build practical prompt engineering skills, work on real-world projects, learn from experts, and learn a globally recognized certification. So let's take a look at what this journey would look like. Just allow me a moment. Okay, great. This program has been carefully structured to take you from understanding the bonuses, like from fundamentals of prompt engineering to confidently applying AI in the real world. By the end of today's session, you'll not only earn a globally recognized certification, but more importantly, you'll also develop the practical skills that you confidently apply in your workplace. So what makes this program truly valuable is the way that learning experience has been designed, and the people who have already put on the poll for the third option will correlate to this. So the moment you enroll in the program, you will receive a 16 hours plus of instructor-led training that included as a part of your certification. These are structured sessions included as a part of your certified AI practitioner delivered by AI practitioners, designed to take you to step-by-step from prompt engineering fundamentals to advanced prompt technique. Beyond the core training, you'll also become a part of GSDC Studio, our live learning ecosystem. Through GSD Studio, you'll also have access to 60 minutes live sessions conducted every day, the one Ayush has taken today, where you can continue learning practices, ask questions, get your doubts resolved, explore new AI tools, and learn directly from the global experts. With 100 plus live sessions every month, you'll always have the opportunities to continue the learning. And as a part of your learning journey, a learn by doing platform. After every lesson, you will be immediately apply what you have learned through the guided hands-on exercise and AI-powered challenges using 30 plus industries leading tools, including your Claude, ChatGPT, and Google AI Studio. And along with these practical exercises, you'll also be receiving 36 hours of e-learning with a lifetime access, so you can practice at your own pace and continue learning whenever you need it. Now, even with the best training, there are times when many of you need a personalized guidance, and that's exactly why we have included unlimited one-on-one sessions with our subject matter experts. Whether you are working on a project, building prompt for your organization, you can connect directly with an expert and receive the guided tailored to your specific needs. And once you build your knowledge, you'll also move on to one of the most valuable parts of the program, your capstone project. Here, you will build a complete end-to-end prompt engineering solutions using AI. And by the end of the program, you'll have the portfolio-ready projects that showcase your practical expertise to employers and the clients. And finally, you take the GSD certification exam and earn a globally recognized credentials that recognized by the organization across the world. So from the very first live class to your final certification, every step has been designed to help you build the practical job-ready prompt engineering skills. And as I said, the best part is everything we have discussed is all included for today's exclusively sponsorship price of just $190. So instead of paying the regular fee, you can enroll for today at $190. This special sponsored pricing is available exclusively for today's attendees. So if you have already decided this is the right next for you, you can just go in the chatbot, the link, the enrollment link is available. You can just secure your seat while I'll continue walking you through the rest of the program. So go and get your seat at just $190. You'll also be getting a 16 hours of live instructor-led training. Now, one of the strengths of this certification, if I may say, is how the curriculum has been structured. We have structured the entire prompt engineering curriculum into the 4 key areas of learning. The first stage focuses on the fundamentals of engineering. This is where you'll understand how LLM models work, the principles of effective prompting, and the proven framework like ArtCTF. The second stage takes you into the advanced prompt engineering techniques. Here you will learn professionals' methods such as few shots prompting, role prompting, and prompt optimization techniques used to improve the quality and the consistency of AI responses. The third stage is all about your practical application. You will work hands-on with the platforms like Claude, ChatGPTs, Google AI Studio, and custom GPTs, learning how to automate workflows, build reusable prompt libraries, and solve real business challenges. And the final stage is the real world implementation and the certification. So we'll complete the practical projects, build a portfolio ready capstone, and finish with the globally recognized GSD certification. So by the end of the program, you'll have a structured methodology for working with reliable AI workflow that can be applied confidently across a wide range of businesses and the professional scenarios. So you can experience all of these as just today's sponsorship price, that is 190 USD. Just imagine where you could be in 90 days from now with the practical prompt engineering skills, a portfolio project, and a globally recognized certification. That's the journey this program is designed to take you on. And today you can just begin that journey for a special sponsorship price of $190. The link is in the chat box. You can just go and grab your seat. So if you have already completed your enrollment, type done in the chat bot. I'll also always enjoy welcoming, the newest learners. And it's great to celebrate everyone who has decided to continue their AI journey with us. And that's not all. Along with the complete certification program, your enrollment today also includes a collection of additional resources designed to support your learning journey at extra cost. So these bonuses have been carefully selected to complement your learning journey, from the certification preparation and the continued practice to career support. So as you can see on the screen, you'll enroll includes the GSDC Book of Knowledge, a complimentary GSDC membership worth $109, a job support program, a LinkedIn Enhance and Resume Builder, a free exam retake, and a continued access to a Learn by Doing platform. So altogether, these are $400 worth of additional value, including at no extra cost. So when you enroll today, you're not only getting these bonuses, but you're also getting these certification learning path. You're starting from 16 hours of instructor-led training, along with you'll be having your daily life sessions, your one-on-one with the mentors absolutely, and then you'll be having your Learn by Doing. That includes your 30 plus AI tools which you can use, including your Google AI Studio, Chat GPTs, and custom GPTs as well. Now, that's it. That's everything what I wanted to cover about this certification and today's scholarship exclusively. So if you have already know this is your next step, you can take it forward. You don't have to wait for here. You can just go ahead and complete your enrollment while we are still on the session. Our team is available in the chat bot. So if you need any assistant, go and help out. Yes, Tapas, I can see you have raised your hand. You can just type your question in the chat bot and my team will answer it. Okay. Now, as promised, we'll be having a little more fun before we wrap up the program or wrap up the boot camp. It's time for the prompt to poly, and I know many of you have been curious about it throughout the session. So without making you wait any longer, let's bring Ayush back and let the game started. Ayush, over to you.
So hello everyone, I'm back to guide you through prompt poly. So I can see Tapas has some questions. The team will answer you, Tapas, so you can wait for that. Meanwhile, you do the thing with me. So let's say go to this website that I have shared with you. It is play.novelvista.com. Okay. So I'm just pasting it here as well, and you'll be greeted with a screen similar to this. Yeah. Can I get a P in the chat if everyone is here on the screen with me? Till everyone is coming to the screen, I'll just say that the offer that Aditi shared is really great because a lot of people had very specific doubts regarding their own use cases. Like there was Satyam who wanted to make prompts for AI agents, and there were people who were asking for how the AI actually answers. So I guess that all is covered in the course as well. So I can see George has come into the screen. Then there is Diana. Where are my favorites? Where has Trevor gone? Where is the rest of the team? Helen, are you still here? I saw you were all answering very well. Mark, SJ Cook, Camille, Alistair, what about you? Are you all here? Yeah, I can see a lot of people are here. Christopher is here. That's great. So all you have to do is just give your name and your email address to this. This will not, I mean, it's live, not recorded. Okay, I guess it's still the question by it's like yeah, it's I guess Aditi is trying to say that instructor led
Yes.
is live. Yeah.
These are the live sessions, Tapas. Like the one Ayush is taking, you'll be getting a 16 hours of live instructor-led training sessions once you enroll in the program. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, Ayush, you can continue.
Yeah. So 5,000 is the session ID. Yeah. Everyone just type 5,000. I'll also do it with you together. So ID is 5,000. And then you can just click on begin adventure. So you can see the rules. It is very similar to Monopoly, but it is built in with prompting and an AI which actually ranks your answer. So there was someone who asked, how do we know if the AI, if the prompt and the response is successful? This will help you drive your instincts because now when you see the response by the AI evaluator, it will give you points. So I'll just roll the dice once and my pawn will move and I get a question. Write a prompt for a product description with all these constraints. So I'll just keep writing. So write a product description about, let's say, a water bottle. Water bottle with, I am not using the RCTF format here because first of all, the role is necessary, but this is just for a demo. If you want, I can just show. You are a marketing expert. Yeah, so the role is covered. I have to write an advertisement for a water bottle. Write, I've written wrote, write the product description for the water bottle, and the format is max 80 words. The tone should be warm and professional. The audience is small business owners and it must include a clear CTA. So I have used a prompt here. So I'll just click on submit. Miss it first, and I can't see my screen. Yeah. As you can see, the AI is evaluating my prompt. It is checking the answer and you can see it has scored me 8 out of 10 because I have used a little generic-ish. I have used the RCTF, but I have not mentioned anything explicitly. So what I did well, the learner successfully identified and stated all 4 constraints within the submission. The submission demonstrates a serious attempt to address the task by explicitly mentioning all 4 constraints. However, it fails to deliver what was actually requested. It asks the AI, which misses the core objective, to write a prompt itself. So improvement trip. I can see what you're doing. Yeah. So you can also you do it yourself as well. This was, oh, I can't see. Sorry, your screen is not shared. My bad.
Ayush, if you can just share your screen.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I just rolled a dice. I just gave it a prompt, and then it gave me a rank marking of 8 out of 10. And it has even given me the improvement tip of what I should do. So I can just continue, and then I can just roll the dice again. So for this, I'll need the help of Perplexity. So I'll just copy this prompt and then go to Perplexity. So this is where you learn different tools that will sharpen your toolkit. I'll just open Perplexity. And then I'll ask the question that was given to me. I'll just copy this answer and then I'll paste it back. So this is how I'll explore new tools. I can submit. Again, the evaluation is complete. I have done exactly what was required. There is a small improvement tip as well. What I can do to improve. The score breakdown is given. The improved prompt is given. Everything is given for you so that your prompting stays sharp even when you are not attending these lectures regularly. Next, I'll roll again. We have 5 turns. So let's hope for something bonus that I get. Ask ChatGPT or Claude any factual question such as the current purple verify with Perplexity. Paste the question first AI answer, Perplexity answer, and whether they matched or not. So this is how you will compare the tools and see which one is the best. So I'll just open ChatGPT and I'll just ask, what is the current population of Mumbai? As you can see, it has also brought some resources, which is good because now the AI has become advanced. So I'll just paste the question, what is the current population of Mumbai? What is the current population of Mumbai? Then I have the chat GPT answer. Then I'll give the Claude answer as well. Sorry, the Perplexity answer. What is the current population of Mumbai? I hope everyone is doing it along with me so that you also get evaluated based on your prompts and you can actually test what you have learned as of now, right? So as you can see, evaluation is completed. I got an 8 out of 5. Why? Because complete by activity the perplexity. Yeah, so I did not write the perplexity answer is below, so it has confused itself. So that's why my prompting was wrong. Yeah, I should have written it like this question. What is the current population of Mumbai? ChatGPT answer and then comparison. And also I forgot to mention the comparison. That's why my score is so low. Moving on to the next role. Write a prompt asking AI to solve step by step. So I'll just must explicitly ask for step by step reasoning. I'll just copy this and I'll go to ChatGPT because that is simpler. And I'll just click, is this? You are a mathematician. Please solve this question. Show your reasoning step by step. So just paste it. I'll see. Oh, it is just write a prompt. So I'll just send the prompt. I'll not send the steps. As you can see, it has evaluated my prompt. The submission directly addresses the core requirement by explicitly mentioning step by step. It includes the role setting, you are a mathematician, clear problem statement, and a direct instruction to show your reasoning step by step, which aligns well with the chain of thought. Chain of thought is a prompt framework again. So reasoning, the prompt successfully requests step by step reasoning as required by the rubric. However, it lacks explicit verification language and could be more structured. The submission is practical and usable, but misses the opportunities for enhanced clarity. Improvement tip: add explicit verification language, such as verify your calculations or double check each step to strengthen the prompt and fully satisfy the rubric requirement for step-by-step reasoning and verification. So this is an improved suggestion that is done by Claude. You are a mathematician, please solve the problem step by step and verify your calculation at each step. Shopkeeper, blah, blah, what is the total? Show your reasoning clearly for each step and verify the final answer. So that's how I should have written the prompt. So this is how I sharpen my prompt by just playing this game again and again till I am very confident in my prompting skills. So explain in your own words, what is RAG? So RAG stands for retrieval. If you don't know the answer, you can just skip it. There is no issue here. You don't have to be the master on day one itself. I can see some questions in the chat. My apologies. Will be, yeah, you can have access to this session as well. So if you want, you can skip it as well. Aminat, yeah, this is practical. Please go ahead and try it as well. Aditi, I guess people are focusing on the game, so that's why they are not writing in the chat.
Yes,
Because,
yes.
because I'm confident people are actually using this playground. So as I was explaining, you don't need to know the answer at the very first time. So if you're not confident, you can just skip it. I know it, so I'll just write it. So RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. And instead of relying on its trained data, it looks up a specific knowledge base that you provide and keeps the LLM grounded to that resource. Then we have one use case where RAG is necessary. RAG is necessary when we are building bots which reply from a certain KB. KB stands for knowledge base. So let's say HR bot should only answer from the policies that are given in the document and should not fabricate or hallucinate facts. And one use case where regular prompting is sufficient. So regular prompting is sufficient in our day-to-day tasks. Let's say translate this word from X language to Y language. So that's my answer. Submitting. So as you can see, I have got 11 out of 15 here. The learner provided a solid conceptual understanding of RAG with a correct definition and two well differentiated use cases. that clearly demonstrate when RAG is necessary, when regular prompting suffices. The submission addresses all three required components with accurate information. The RAG explanation is correct, and the use cases are concrete and appropriately differentiated. The main weakness are informal language/grammar, and the RAG explanation slightly exceeds the two-line guideline, but the content quality is strong. So improvement tip is refine the language for clarity, use proper grammar instead of you, like I typed you in the letter U instead of IOU, capitalize properly and ensure RAG definition stays within two lines. This will elevate the professionalism without changing the substance. And then it has given me an answer that it thought was more correct. So yeah, so that was the game. So I am out of roles and I have my score. You can see, if you are playing with me, please go ahead and share this in the chat box, share the screenshot of your score, of the tokens that you used, the efficiency that you got, what was the what was your portfolio. So it has rated me of my constraints, like what are my powers. So what was the pros and cons of the prompts that I gave. Yeah, I can see already Mark is played the game. I can see Christopher. Yeah, that's great. Mark, Christopher, I appreciate. As you can see, Mark has done better than me. That's actually quite great, Mark. I have succeeded as a trainer for one of my students is doing better than me. So I am very proud of that. The tokens are also less. The efficiency is also more. That's great. Then there's Lloyd. The score is 75. Oh my God. I guess you are a prompt hacker. You have learned quite well right now. 11,000 tokens. The tokens are a little extra, but it depends on use case to use case. Then we have George. George has got 71 out of, yeah, that's great actually. Again, 9,000 tokens similar to mine. Yeah, that's great, George. I highly appreciate the sharing and I am very proud of the scores that you are getting. What about the rest of the people that were with me? Are they still here? Trevor, Camille, Ferry, George has shared, Christopher, Alistair, Kudrago, Annalyn, Sumeda, Camille. Have you also shared your score, Camille? I can't see your score. What about Aminat? Are you also playing the game? I don't have a score on my phone today. You can play it on any device, I guess. Phone works as well. So even if you're on laptop, you can play on the laptop. If you're on the phone, you can play on the phone as well. Okay, Alistair has also shared, oh, a little similar score to mine. Maybe some improvements that the AI must have suggested you, Alistair. I hope. I'm still playing. Okay, Dr. P, keep going. What about the rest? Annalyn still playing. Okay, keep going at it. This is the best way you can sharpen your prompts. The session will not be closed, I guess, until a day. Camille definitely looks like a great learning tool. Hope we will have access. I will make sure the team gives you the access for this session at least for 24 to 48 hours so you can practice on your own convenient time as well, because practice is what makes you perfect when it comes to prompting. You can't learn prompting just by reading presentations and looking at other people's experiences, because as I explained during the beginning of the session, when we added the RCTF framework, according to the role, the answer is personalized. So always go ahead and practice. That is the most important thing. I can see this is an Excel, Alistair. Yeah, that is true, Alistair. That's why we have come forward with this game so that you can play, you can compete with your friends as well. So if you have any requirements, you can even contact some people from GSDC maybe, and they'll help you set up this game as well. Yeah. I can see another person has given, so that is 62 points. That's actually great. So 4 activities on 5 roles, the tokens are very less. That is a good way to keep your prompts efficient because you are actually costed on the tokens that you spend when you're using the API. That is a good thing that you have shared. I highly appreciate it. What about the rest? Where Aminat was still playing, I guess. No, Annalyn is still playing, and Dr. P is playing. George has shared his already. Camille doesn't have the access, so it's fine. Yeah, Aminat, keep going. What happened to Jason? He was so excited. Is he still there? Yeah, Annalyn, that's great. I can see a score 67. That's actually great. So I guess we have a lot of submissions here and we have spent a lot of time. The game access is all yours for the day. So let's conclude the session. So over to you, Aditi. Till Aditi is concluding, please go ahead and keep sharing your scores if you are finishing as well. I am here looking at your scores and complimenting you along the way. So Aditi, over to you.
Yes, thanks Ayush, and I hope everyone enjoyed this bonus game. It was fun way to wrap up the session. But more importantly, it also showed that even a small change in the way you write a prompt can completely change the quality of the output. So I hope you will continue experimenting with the techniques you have learned today. And before we close, this is everything that's included in your membership for the 16, like from the starting of the 16 hours of instructor-led training and the GSDC Studio to learn by doing platform, one-on-one SME mentorship, and your globally recognized certification, all available through today's exclusively workshop. So you can just use the sponsorship like of 190 USD. The link is already in the chat bot, and you can avail all of these exciting access to in one membership in one go. And if you have been thinking about taking this next step, simply scan the QR code on your screen. Will be put the screen for a while so that people who are still excited and still interested in enrolling, they can just scan the QR code. And do note, you'll be getting all these 4 points which you can see on the screen, starting from your 16 hours of instructor-led workshop, your daily life expert-led sessions, your one-on-one SME mentorship, and your lifetime validity with a globally recognized certification, all at once for up to 75% scholarship. And before we sign off, on behalf of the entire team at GSDC, I would like to sincerely thank each one of you for spending your time with us today. We truly appreciate your participation, and we wish you with all the best in your AI learning journey. And we hope to welcome many of you into the GSDC community soon. So thank you, everyone. We'll stay on the call for a few more minutes if in case you have any questions about the certification or about the session or maybe about the enrollment process. Or otherwise, have a wonderful day, and we hope to see many of you again in the GSDC future workshops. Thank you so much, everyone.